It's time to move to your top 5 BVP, Ben's Valuable Players.
It is week 2 in the year, and many people might say, Ben, is it really smart to be talking about top 5 BVPs, most valuable players, this early in the year? And to you, I would say,
Yep.
Yeah, duh.
Uh-huh.
And I love this segment even more because the stir that it creates online, right?
Yeah.
Just a couple of days into the year is like, and I love it. I embrace it. See my list, hear my list, and let me know why I'm wrong or why I'm right. But again, this week it is time for my top 5 BVPs, whereas if the season ended right now, I'm combining both leagues and giving the top 5 players in the game of baseball. So let's start with number 5 for me. Adley Rutchman.
Mm-hmm.
One, he's a catcher. That's a good start for this because a catcher is the hardest position to play in the game of baseball. He's also batting .391 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Now, the reason I say he gets a little nudge as a catcher is because Adley Rutchman has played in every single game this year as a catcher. That never happens anymore. He's also getting hotter. So he wasn't on this list in week 1. Last week, he hit .526 with 2 home runs. Adley Rutchman is at number 5 for me.
And number 4, Wander Franco on the undefeated Rays.
How do you not have somebody
You have to.
on the Rays on this list? And Wander Franco is that guy. .340 batting average, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. He's doing it all, and he has become, seemingly in the first 2 weeks of the season, that top prospect that was supposed to be a superstar when he came up. Well, guess what? He's a superstar, and he's on an undefeated team. They're doing things that have not been done since 1987, and they have a chance to break that record as we speak right now. They have a chance to break that record. He's on a roll. He's becoming that prospect, and this lineup, we talk a ton about this pitching staff and how good they are, and for good reason. But we don't talk a ton about the lineup. With guys like Randy Arozarena and guys like Wander Franco, they're becoming a must-watch lineup as well, and that's why they are as good as they are. And I'll keep saying this until they lose or until people stop saying this, but stop talking about their schedule. They're 12-0.
Yeah.
I don't care who they're playing. At a certain point, it doesn't matter. They're dominating everybody, and Wander Franco is a big part of that. And they sit at 12-0, and he's raking, and he's here at number 4 for me.
It's also like, is everyone forgetting that every team is going to play every team this year? Like, you're going to have a chance, and that's just the way their schedule panned out.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
All right, let's move to your number 3 player who was on the list last week,
A little bit higher.
but he dropped down 2 spots at number
Yep.
3, Brian Reynolds.
So, Brian, this is what I love about this list. It's already becoming like, well, you were number 1, but you got to slide down, but you're still on it. And the reason he's still on this list is because Brian Reynolds is hitting .347 with 5 home runs and 14 RBI. And one, the Pirates need to pay him.
Yeah.
I will keep saying this until they do. The Pirates need to pay their guy. Brian Reynolds is your guy, and he's playing like that. But this past week, he hit .280 with 1 home run. Still good, but it needed to be bumped down a little bit because the players ahead of him are just a little bit better. But Brian Reynolds, switch hitting center fielder for the Pirates. He's a stud. He's here at number 3.
Number 2, holding strong, same as last week, Mr. Shohei Ohtani.
Same spot as last week, but a different number 1. Number 2 for me is Shohei Ohtani. Let's start on the mound. It's comical. 3 starts on the mound, 19 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts in those 19 innings, only 6 hits given up, and just 1 run.
Woo!
Shohei Ohtani has given up 1 run in 3 starts. That's just on the pitching side of things. Offensively, he's batting .300 with 3 home runs and 8 RBI. I don't even know how you, 1, can do that.
Yeah.
2, how it is remarkable what he's doing in the game and what he's doing for the game. And the start to the season is certainly in line for, look, he was the strong favorite. I've never seen as strong of a favorite to win a season-long MVP award as we have seen for the odds for Shohei to win the MVP award. And this is why. He does both at a very elite level. And at the end of the year, we could be talking about him winning a Cy Young award as well.
Yep.
That's how good he has been on the mound. But I have him at number 2, Alex.
Yeah. Why?
Why is a good question. And you might be saying, well, how on earth are you more valuable than that?
Yep.
Well, at number 1, I have Toronto Blue Jays third baseman Matt Chapman, who, let me tell you, the only way, he wasn't even on the list last week. The only way you can be more valuable than a guy that does both at an elite level is hitting almost 500 through 2 weeks with 3 homers, 15 RBIs, and an OPS north of 1,400. He's hitting almost 500. It's remarkable. He's also one of the best defensive third basemen. I don't know if I can still say this. He's currently one of the best defensive third basemen in the game of baseball. At his absolute best at third base, he's one of the best defensive third basemen of all time. That's how good he is over there defensively and offensively. I mean, look, what did it take to beat Shohei Ohtani last year for the MVP award? It took a guy hitting the most home runs in New York Yankees history and breaking the all-time American League home run record. So what is it going to take to beat Shohei this year? It's going to take somebody hitting 489. Is he going to do this all year long? Honestly, I hope so. That would be awesome to see. I don't know, but this week it's worthy of being the number 1 on this week's BVP. So we go Adley Rutchman, Wander Franco, Brian Reynolds, Shohei Ohtani, Matt Chapman at number 1.
I like it. I think Shohei's photo might be my favorite out of all of them, too. It shows his personality. He's laughing. He's goofing around. We've seen it a ton just in these first 2 weeks. It's a good list. It's good company.
It's great company.
It's great company.
The list, that's what, over time. So I'm going to do this list every week throughout the year. And over time, it's going to evolve.
Yeah.
Right? And there's some names on this list that we might only see once. There's some names that might be on this list every single week.
Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, Shohei is one. I really hope, and I have a feeling Wander Franco is going to be one of those guys as well. And one can only hope, but we'll see. Time will tell. And, this list won't just be an end-of-the-year thing. We'll update you all year long on who the best players in baseball are.
I love it.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.